people have always told me, well, not always, but often
Mm.
told me never to buy a new car. Why should you never buy a new car? Well, they say once you drive it from the showroom,
Mm.
it loses a third of its value. It becomes a
Yeah.
second-hand car.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've never bought a new car.
Mm.
But of course, it's not only been because people have told me not to.
Mm.
The fact that I've never had enough money to buy one. So, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
just as well.
Yeah.
Right. For me, a used car was the only way to go. And so I went to the extreme. My present car, my
Mm.
Fiat Palio,
Yeah.
is a little over 21 years of age.
Mm.
21. Uh, I bought it at 3 years old and just took good care of it.
Mm.
But having a 21-year-old car isn't as rare as one might think.
Mm.
Right? In the UK, the average age of a private car on the roads is around 10 years old. The average age.
Yeah. Average age. Yeah.
That must make quite a few cars a lot older than the average to counterbalance the new cars being sold in the British market.
Mm. Yeah.
Right? I must admit, I didn't think the UK would have such an old fleet of cars being driven on the highways and byways. After all, Britain is a first world country with strong economy, right?
Yeah.
But it appears that this aging of the British fleet is a relatively recent thing.
Mm.
The higher interest rates, the elevated prices for new cars in the UK, and also the waiting list to receive a new car were all major factors
Mm.
making the second-hand market heat up a little.
Mm.
As if you bought a second-hand car, you'd get in your car and drive it straight away off the
Yeah.
forecourt.
Yeah.
You pay your money and take your car away.
Mm.
But even so, I still thought that 10 years old was quite an age for a fleet of cars in the UK. So I checked the third world. I checked Brazil.
Yeah. Well,
Right? Surely, if the average age of a car being driven in the UK roads is 10 years,
mm.
then in Brazil, a developing nation, a developing economy,
Yeah.
the age must be a lot older, closer to the age of my car at 21 years old.
Mm.
I must say, I was surprised.
Mm.
The average age of a private car in Brazil is only 11 years,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Which, of course, makes my car really old and
Mm.
probably dragging down the averages, of course. I think if I scrap my car, then the average age of a car in Brazil would be like 5 years of age.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But the reason for this elderly fleet in Brazil
Yeah.
is basically more or less the same reason as in the UK.
Yeah.
Interest payments, economy walking on a tightrope, low wages,
Mm.
and the length of time having to wait for the new vehicle.
Mm.
Right. So, like I said, I bought my car here in Brazil at 3 years of age and drove it off the forecourt. I drove off the forecourt, not
Mm.
losing value of the car
Mm.
as I would have done if I'd
Yeah.
bought a new one. It seems odd to me that how the two car markets, the UK and Brazilian markets, so similar when it comes to sales and the average age of stock.
Mm.
Does it show that the economy in the UK is slowing right down? Could be. Is the economy in Brazil heating up? Could be too.
Mm.
Yeah. I think only time will tell on this in a few years when they do another survey. In the meantime, there are some major differences in price for vehicles being
Mm.
sold in
Yeah.
Brazil and the UK.
Yeah.
And I decided to find out the difference in prices
Mm.
of the same car being sold in Brazil and in the UK.
Mm.
So the Citroen C3
Mm.
out here is sold here for 73,490 reais.
Yeah.
Right? That's an equivalent of £10,498.
Mm.
If you bought it in the UK, a new Citroen C3, it's £18,805.
Wow.
Yeah. So I asked myself, why this big difference in prices? I
Mm.
mean, of course, you've got to accept
Yeah.
that the markets are different.
Yeah.
One's
Yeah.
one's a prime market, like in the UK.
Mm.
Brazil's a secondary market,
Yeah.
so it's got to be cheaper. And I think the models perhaps they might have
They do. Yeah. Yeah.
different things between them.
Yeah.
It's the same car, but they've got certain
Yeah.
things about. But I don't know if it values £8,000. Right? Volkswagen Polo.
Mm.
There's another one. 95,790 AIs here,
Mm.
which is equivalent to £13,684.
Mm. Yeah.
And in the UK, it's £21,470. So once again, that I can only think of being a, a differences in the same model in the two markets.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
With
know,
different requirements, yes, and what people
my
want.
humble value,
Mm.
2004,
Mm.
my car.
Yeah.
They don't make Fiat Palios in the UK anymore. They stopped
No.
making them in 2011,
Mm.
which is a shame because I tell you, a Fiat Palio is like a little workhorse,
Yeah.
and it doesn't give up the ghost easily. You know.
I was going to get into that. Yeah.
But anyway, if you were to buy one here, second
Mm.
hand, it'd be 13,000 reais,
Mm.
which is it's an equivalent of one thousand
Mm.
eight hundred and fifty-seven pounds.
Yeah.
They do sell them in Europe. You can get them in Europe for 2004,
Mm.
and in Europe they sell them for £2,735.
Yeah.
So there you go. You've got the huge difference in the price of the car,
Mm.
but for the same car,
Yeah.
and but you've got more or less the same age of the cars being driven in the UK. And for me, it was when you take into consideration the difference in salaries as well.
Yeah.
You can understand why a car is more expensive. I know that the minimum wage in the UK is more than twice. I think
Yeah.
it's three times or four times what it is here in Brazil.
But yeah.
So is it that the economy is crashing in the UK? Because it is a recent thing. It's since after COVID.
Mm.
You know, just
Um.
food for thought.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, yeah, there could be other reasons. I mean, in the UK, we pay a lot on other things like car insurance. It's expensive in the UK. I mean, if you get it
Obligatory.
in Brazil, you get expensive here. Yeah. Um, Also other factors running a car, tax, road tax, etc., etc. You less tax now if you live in the wrong cities or the cities that do that.
Yeah, but I'm on about just buying the car.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm just you're asking why people aren't updating the car. Car ownership in the UK has got very expensive. So without if you take into account, yeah, your initial outlay for a new car or a newish car, yeah. And the other thing is lots of people are probably happy with the car they've got. Yeah. Um, and if you've got a 15-year-old car, for instance, you're happy, you keep it on the road, you're very happy to drive it. Yeah, it's got yeah, that's it. Yeah.
21.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, I know your car. It gets you from A to B, as they say. And yeah,
Ah,
it's
give it a little bit more credit. Come on, Mark. Come
well, yeah.
on.
Yeah,
It starts first time. It
yeah.
starts.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, it gets to the point where if it's always in the garage, you've got a problem. But yeah, you can get the parts for it as well. If you can still get the parts for the car. I mean, the trouble with modern cars, we all know when you go back many years, even us amateurs could keep a car on the road doing different things, which you can't do now as well. Yeah. You go into a modern car, you look under the bonnet, and you're thinking, what the hell? And you can't tune it even without all the crypto the crypto the thing that you not crypto, yeah, what do they crypto tuners or something they call them, yeah. You can't do anything with them anymore. And then you've got to measure it with the exhaust. You've got to pass the MOT every after 3 years, etc. I mean, we do have the vehicle inspections in Brazil as well. So yeah, you take it in there and they give it a once over and just check it. The wheel's not about to fall off. A couple of other things on it, and away you go with your certificate.
Right.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good that we point out the differences between in the
yeah,
law
yeah,
between Brazil and the UK. So, for example, private insurance on your car is not obligatory.
mm,
We do pay insurance when we tax the car,
yeah,
uh, and it's the government that pays out for the victims of a road
yeah, yeah,
accident. Right.
mm,
In the UK, it's obligatory private
yeah,
insurance.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Road tax we pay. It's called IPVA
mm,
here. Right.
yeah,
Uh, it changes in accordance to the age of the car.
yeah,
So my tax is a lot less because it's 21 years old.
yeah,
And in the UK, they've made it so complicated because it depends on how much pollution you cause, and it's so many different factors that it's
yeah,
just but it is a lot more expensive.
yeah,
In terms of MOTs, you only have a revision of the car here at a testing station if
mm,
you sell the car. If you
yeah,
pass the My car since I've had it is I had to change the registration plates.
mm,
And it had a revision,
yeah.
and I think that's all. I think that's all.
I thought that, yeah. I haven't had a car for many years in Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd never use it, quite honestly. Yeah. Uber's pretty good, or I'm near a local metro or bus service. So yeah, for me, it's a non-essential. Um, and I don't even have a driving license at the moment either. I haven't redone the test. Um, it's Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, every so often you've got to redo your test in Brazil, which you don't have to do in the UK as well. Um, it, I mean, yes, there's lots of expenses, but like I said, I mean, but I think if you're happy with your car, and given that we're all told to be environmentally friendly now, yeah, I mean, when you scrap a car, there's lots of parts on the car that can't be reused. Yeah,
Yeah.
so hang on to your car. But I mean, this is what I can't understand. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to get a little bit into this now. This this idea of upgrading all your cars and all that for the sake of net zero or whatever the environment. Upgrading your car is actually a very wasteful, environmentally unfriendly thing to do because you've got the plastics in the car which can't be reused. You can't melt them down, or if you do melt them down, they release fumes into the atmosphere. Other parts in the car, yeah, and even if you've got to melt the car down to reuse the metals, yeah, that's still all energy being used. Yeah, this is what I never understand with these government initiatives. Yeah, update the cars and all that. If you're happy with your car, yeah, Mayor Khan can close his ears at the moment if he doesn't want to hear this. This ridiculous. I'm going to get political because I'm with the drivers in the UK. Disregard me. This ridiculous ULEZ with they're monitoring the air pollution, etc. The age of the car. Yeah, okay. If you've got a finely tuned car, well maintained, it doesn't give off an excessive amount of fumes. Yeah, you're not going to get something for nothing. Um, so yeah, I mean, car maintenance is everything. Um, yeah, and to be quite honest, if you're happy with it, and given that, I mean, your car, with some people, some cases in the UK, is a collectible item. People are
Yeah.
collecting older cars your age. Yeah, take them to car rallies. You know, mint condition, immaculate. Spent a lot of money doing it. Yeah, and yeah, it's like I always like coming from Essex. I like the Escorts, of course. Yeah, they're my
Of
dream.
course. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we've had this discussion. Yeah, but um, yeah, I mean, okay, the XR3Is are my dream. Well, almost my dream car, which I never had. I had an SI. Yeah. But yeah, I saw an XR3i the other day in Brazil. You know, good incentive to want to get my driving license and gets a few quid together. But
Few and far between them.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah. But yeah, I saw one on the street. Yeah, it's a um for me. Yeah, if you're happy with the car, it just doesn't shock me really because I think people do hang on to their cars. I think people in the UK always did. People had company cars. my father always had company cars. I had company cars for a time. Yeah, great. You get a brand new car, almost brand new car, from their fleet. You get to drive that about for 2 years. They take it off you, and then that gets sold into the industry as a second-hand car. You are obligated to look after it and everything. Yeah. But normally with company cars, they've got high mileage on them anyway. Yeah, because they're normally reps cars or people that have to travel a lot for business. Uh,
I don't think I don't think I think I go a little bit against the grain here
mm,
because quite happy with my car because
yeah, yeah,
it's always handy, it's comfortable, it takes me where I want to go.
yeah.
Uh, but I think the majority of motorists prefer to have a new car than to have an old car.
Mm,
And I think the idea of them holding onto the cars for a bit longer,
mm.
nothing to do with them being happy with the car.
Just
It's a
financial.
necessity. It's
Yeah.
a necessity, and that's what made me raise my eyebrows when I saw this report about
Well,
the average car in the UK. Because normally you got your car
mm,
if it had a 5 year guarantee on it, which a lot of the new cars do.
mm.
When it came to the end of its guarantee, you get rid of it and get another one.
Yeah. I mean, it it's. I mean, yes, in Brazil, yeah. I mean, cars are a status symbol as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
and people are almost
Even
spend a
more
lot.
so these days.
Yeah, and people do get them on HP as well,
Yes, of
um,
course.
and they do probably exceed what really they should be thinking about what they can afford as well.
Which is
Um,
why the auction selling repos
yeah,
is quite large.
well, that's where you can go and pick up your cheap, almost new car, isn't it? Or yeah, yeah, cut the yeah. Yeah, I don't think you pick up any outstanding debts. I can't remember in the UK. These people got caught
No,
with
no,
outstanding
no.
debts. Yeah, but it
Cut the losses.
yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I like cars. I mean, I'm not a big fan of modern cars. Oh, speaking of which, I actually got it was an app car. I don't think it was one of the main ones the other day. And we got in there, and the guy had got he'd got a BYD electric car. Never been in one before. I must admit, I was quite impressed with it. It was basic. Yeah, it wasn't one of the top end models. I must admit, I was sort of watching him and all that, and the driver's quite proud. There's this gringo, this foreign person sitting in the back, and he's got his. I mean, he was obviously a professional. He was a driver that did it all the time, so probably he's bought it on high, yeah, credit all the time, hoping he makes enough money a month to pay for it for his driving, from his chauffeuring, as it were. But yeah, it was actually quite a nice thing. It was smooth. It, yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, it was quiet. You noticed that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan of EVs, totally, but he did tell me he was very happy with it about in towns. He didn't say too much about traveling between cities. Yeah. But he said no, in the city, he was very happy with it. Yeah. I thought, well, yeah, okay. So there was a guy who was just chuffed to bits with his his car that he uses for his job. And like you say, I mean, yeah, he got a new car. He was explaining the price of it. Um, yeah, he's probably yeah very happy. I mean, yeah, I must admit, it was a nice car. Like I said, it wasn't what I'd saw high end saloon, but it was comfortable enough for the journey we needed, which was about 20 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, just change the subject slightly.
Let the
Um,
car break down, and when he comes to buy a new battery, all of a sudden it's going to be a
yeah,
bit
well
of a
we
white elephant.
well we know that's coming with the Chinese cars, don't we? The way they can't put other batteries in them. We all know that's going to be the major panic in some years' time, and they're flooded. I mean, half the EV cars in Brazil are now BYD, or Chinese at least.